First thing that I will say about this is it's shocking to see Magnus make this proposal because the rules very clearly state that you have to play until there is a winner. Those are the rules, and those are the rules the players have agreed to abide by from the start of the competition. Now, from Nepo's standpoint, it's very, very difficult because the moment that Magnus makes this proposal, for Nepo, he either has to be like, no, let's just play right away, or if there's any hesitation, then suddenly you don't know what's going on because Magnus could, of course, also be playing some mind games here since he's going to get white in the next tie-breaking game. So Nepo doesn't know what to do, which then means we have this big, long discussion taking something like 20 to 25 minutes where FIDE now has to come in and decide, is this allowed or is it not allowed? Now, ultimately, FIDE would decide to agree to Magnus' proposal. Jan would, of course, have to agree himself that it's okay that there are co-champions, but we end up in a very odd situation where the players are crowned as co-world champions of the event. FIDE effectively bows to Magnus' wishes, and this is where I'm going to give my hot takes. Now, this event has been held for the better part of a decade now in its current form, being called the World Blitz Championship, the World Rapid Championship. There have been plenty of tiebreakers in the past, and not once have we ever ended up in this situation. Now, when we talk about something like the jeans, that's one thing because ultimately it's a fairly minor issue. It's something that I would say does not have any impact on the event or the chess itself. We want to see the chess. We want the chess to decide who the winners are. And in this case, when Magnus makes this proposal and FIDE goes along with it, I simply don't know what to say. I'm left flabbergasted because when the players came into the event, the rules were very clear-cut about how the tiebreakers were. I myself have been in tiebreakers. I played against Magnus Carlsen in a tiebreaker in the 2019 World Blitz Championship as well, and there was no such proposal. So why now do we suddenly end up in the situation where it is okay, where Magnus can propose it and FIDE goes along with it, violating their own rules, which they have set out before the event? I simply don't have an answer to that. I mean, people will be surprised because usually I'm very positive about what Magnus does or says, and I think generally it's good for chess. But this is a situation where I cannot stand with what Magnus has done. I do not think there's any precedent for this when you put out rules about the game itself and then suddenly you decide it's okay, we're going to go home, especially when not that many games were played at the tiebreaker. It is unconscionable to me. I really cannot understand this. This feels like a situation of FIDE getting burned by what happened over the jeans, and they suddenly go back on their very own rules. So we end up with a situation, it's not something I can really agree with. I don't think it's fine. It would be akin to, say, having a tennis match being played where, you know, it's something like 8-8 in the fifth set. You're like, nah, you know what? Let's go home. Let's not play anymore. Or to use another example, it's like playing in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals in hockey. You've played one overtime and you're tied after one overtime. And you're like, you know what? Let's not go out and play a second overtime. Let's not have a winner. Let's just decide we're both champions. That's simply not how things are done. And so for me, I really don't know what to say about it other than I'm absolutely shocked that